Here we are.
Back in the center where I should be. Cool. So,
should we finish? Should we finish it, or should we just?
Yeah, I think we're about done there.
Yeah,
good, isn't it? Yeah, let's
probably as good
wind
a
it up.
ending as any.
We've kind of cut off all loose ends, right? It's all.
I mean,
cleared
I
up.
think they do often say that getting the party together is the end point. Like, you never want to roleplay with all of the players in the same scene.
Pretty much.
No, it's just Don't play to the cliches.
Takes half of Fellowship of the Ring for the party to come together, and then it's clearly too many members, and they already write one of them off at the.
So which is it going to be for this one then?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's split the party further down again.
Question to answer.
Yeah.
So, Takashi, you have a little warning notification saying there's about 2 minutes until your 12:30 deadline is due. Whether that's accurate or not, you still don't know.
You've been talking about this appointment all the way through the story, Sam and Stephen. I'm not sure what bearing it had. Isn't this a bit of a distraction?
Yeah, you just got a meeting with your supervisor, Steve.
You're
really late.
I need to get back for it. It's going to be,
There's still people milling out front. There's vans being packed up nearby, and you're not even certain if whatever. You're not really sure exactly how dangerous these things are. But if you'd be safe here.
Yeah, this is all a mess, really.
The doves are wandering up to you. They're certainly within talking distance now. They're holding guns, and they're kind of like not pointing them at you, but they're definitely not looking very confident. Gabriel is, standing next to you, like looking, confident, but not pointing any weapons either.
Can I see Tia?
Yes, you can see Tia. I think Tia will probably be at the front, right?
Tia will stride forward, take a guess with her hand outstretched, and say, "Hi, Takeshi."
Takeshi, but yeah, Tia, nice to meet you, and I'll shake your hand. We need to get out of here. We are in a huge amount of danger. There are strike teams inbound imminently, and there are people on the roof over there.
Wait, how the hell do you know all this? And why would you tell us?
Because I arranged it.
One minute 30. I don't think anyone replies to you at that with the shock of it.
All of this, we need to go. We need to go.
Fine. Where? Like, away? Where? What's happening?
I don't know for sure, but this whole thing is a setup. It has been for months. The arrangements, these jobs have been going on. They've been fed to you. We need to go.
Okay,
we need to go now.
They start moving, but they're not really sure where that you mean by go. Unless anyone.
Somewhere with cover, somewhere you can defend. I don't know. I'm not.
Okay, I think Gabriel opens up with this and says, "It's the Troads, right? Mr. Kitagawa, the Troads. That's what they're targeting."
Yes.
Away from here, then, down the street, anywhere.
Yes, that's what I've been saying. Let's go. Come on.
Does the group do? Does everyone else actually move, or do they just go, "Nah, this is suspicious as fuck"?
I'm gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we stop moving.
Mm-hmm.
If this is the source, then he's known about the trackers as we found them. So there's that sort of thing. While we might maybe trust is a strong word, but at least, go along with it for now.
Mm-hmm. Spiral.
Spiral is going to look around and see if there are any bikes nearby that could potentially be boosted.
I'm going to roll a dice. I think there's a fairly good chance of that, though. Yeah, there's a nice one, actually. Japanese.
Okay. Does it look like it's got decent-ish security on it?
I reckon in this part of town, I think it's just pulled up outside, basically not far from the bar, and someone just pulled up and jumped in. So no, I reckon if it has got security on it, they've left it off.
Okay. Look, like presumably they have basic security so someone doesn't.
Oh, yeah,
nothing like excessive.
Mhm.
Sure. Okay.
It's not like chained up on the on the wheel or anything like that as well.
Sure. What would be the role for this? Like electronic security or something, or
Yeah,
like, I
probably
have
would
got motorcycle, but I'm guessing that's like
be. Electronic
driving a
security
motorcycle.
would be right for this.
Sure. Well, that's god awful. So I'm happy to very quickly make the roll on that.
Mhm.
Well, you tell me actually. What's the target number? Because I think Spyro won't bother if like he doesn't think he can get it.
I reckon, given that it's rushed, I was going to make it a 20, considering you don't have time to spend on it. But
There's
you
no
could
point. There's
could
no
see with a
point there.
10. A 10 is an automatic success.
Oh yeah. Okay.
When a 10
equally could be a
explodes,
fun-
sorry, not automatic successes. That's not the same.
Oh, okay.
But still possible.
Well then, might as well roll for that. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
And then if not, Junior's about to be accosted.
The gear vans have left, right? The vans with your.
That is neither an explosion nor a fumble.
Mhm.
So in that case,
Give him a moment. Give him a moment.
There
Oh,
is
he's back.
Sorry.
yeah,
thinking.
Spiral's just going to kind of like take a couple of paces near Junior and go, I'm going to be topical here, and just go, you, techie, right? Junior,
Yeah. That's...
if you boost this for me, I'll get you a digitally signed NFT. Because not going to sell physical albums, right? So,
Well, you're not sticking with us?
I reckon as this conversation is going on, people are kind of moving away. Just to point out, I think one of the dubs has yelled back to the club, like, "Get away from the club!" And people are moving a bit more rapidly now as well. Are you both standing next to this bike having this conversation?
probably
guess,
quite
yeah.
near, yeah.
Yeah.
But if Junior is showing doubt and the doves are moving far ahead quite quickly, Spiral will kind of like, she just kind of goes.
Yeah, I think Junior's probably done something like looking at everyone else sort of moving that way, looking back at the bike and trying to sort of feeling a bit stuck in the middle of trying to please everyone.
In that case, she's going to kind of stride forward. She's going to pull the handgun out from under the jacket and just like grab. Did you say you were wearing like are you wearing like a jumpsuit or a leather jacket or
It's a
something
jumpsuit
like
with
that?
like a leather jacket over. Yeah.
Sure, and he's just going to grab his leather jacket by like not your arm, but like just the looseness of the leather jacket, and just pull you forward to the doves, going saying something like. Yeah, like just going, all right, well, if you're not going to be useful, we might as well get going with them.
Yeah, I was sort of be like, oh, geez, you know, like being useful is just don't want to get killed. Bike. Sort of mumbling, you know,
Sure.
NFT anyway.
Stupid.
I love it. At that, everyone may please make me an athletics. I think it'll be athletics. Athletics reflex roll. It's kind of halfway between notice and athletics, but I don't want to make you make two rolls. So,
What's our target number?
15.
I hit it exactly.
Unbelievably, I roll a 10. So I guess I roll again.
Yeah, explode. You'll need it.
Okay. Yeah. That is a 22 altogether.
Very nice.
Wow. Now, are you allowed to spend luck after you've rolled, or is it a thing that you do before you roll?
Oh, you spend luck?
Yeah, you can spend your luck points on any one roll. Sorry, I should have said that earlier, shouldn't I? So luck is to be spent. That is the purpose of it. It's point added to roll. That's how it works. So you know, if you have 5 luck, you can spend +5 on a roll, and that's it for the game.
And is that per session sort of thing?
Per session, so it's pretty shitty for a one shot.
Or in this case, per life, I think.
Do you have to spend it all at once, or can you spend it incrementally
No, you
to
can
just
spend
nudge
1
yourself
or
over
2, whatever like that.
difficulties?
Oh, I actually can't remember. I think it could be spent afterwards. I think, but I can't remember offhand.
Have it. To use luck, you may add to any or all of the points of luck a character has to a critical die roll, declaring your intention to use luck before the roll is made.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, you did know the rule then, so you didn't know.
Yeah.
That was a
So-
shit, I failed.
Yeah, that's an oh shit, I failed. I rolled 13.
Now we
Yeah,
all
I-
know.
Failed also.
Okay, cool. So, there is an almighty sound that seems to come from the clouds, and then an explosion behind you all as you're dashing away from the 7 Troads, coming from the 7 Troads, presumably. Seems like Takashi's hint was on the money. It was dead on your timing, by the way, in case you were wondering. Yeah.
Very organized.
Spiral and Tia, basically you kind of have the natural instinct to immediately leap to the ground as soon as you hear that noise, and you're not thrown by the kind of shockwave of it. Junior, Takashi, a fair number of other people do the same as well, but some of the doves with you are thrown over, just like Junior and Takashi. Gabriel also throws herself to the ground beforehand. But each of you take 2 points of damage that armor will not affect. Doesn't matter where it is at this point, just take the first 2 boxes.
Sorry, that's Junior and Takashi rather than
Sorry, did I
or
say?
all of
No.
us.
Everyone that failed that roll, wasn't
No,
it?
just Junior and Takashi.
Yeah.
Which are the 2 that failed. Yeah.
Does that get soaked by body? What's the score?
No, I won't put soak in this one,
Okay.
because otherwise it would be nothing. Maybe I should have put it a bit higher to consider soak, but yeah. If you're
This is
heavier, it would
where I
hurt more,
can't-
right?
This is where
So-
I can't actually tick the boxes in the PDF.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh, well.
resorting to
2 damage.
analog ticking it.
Sorry, when we talk about soak, where is that?
It's it's called like
BTM.
BTM, yeah.
Okay, but if my
Body
BTM,
type
so if my
modifier.
BTM is -2, what does that
Yeah,
mean?
-2 damage.
So, yeah, every time you take
Oh.
damage, you would
But
take.
my body stuff is awful.
Yeah, your middle, basically. Your body average
okay,
is
but it's still
-2.
-2. Okay.
Weak is -1. Very weak is nothing.
And
then
what
very
is
strong.
save in this context? Sorry, I'm just going through the character sheet now.
Not even sure what
I think
save
that
is.
is equal to your body, isn't it?
Yeah, save is if you have to do, I think, a stun roll, but and
Oh,
also a
alright.
mortal roll, like a death
That's
save.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you're right. Because the stun is all relating just to your body number, effectively. Yeah, that makes sense. So many numbers.
Mm.
So I'm going to say, Takashi and Junior, you have a moment of being kind of winded or stunned by this, but everyone else who's up, which is a fair number of people, or everyone else who leapt to the ground, so can react immediately. So Tia and Spiral, what do you do?
I mean, look around and see. Presumably, I'm assuming from what you described, the sound that we heard, that some kind of like aerial vehicle has emerged out of the clouds and has blown the shit out of the Troads.
Yep. Basically, that's what to be assumed. When you look around, you can't see an aerial vehicle, so either it was just passing over really quickly, or it's high up. You don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like could be a one-shot drone thing or
Could
something
absolutely
like
be
that.
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
In that case, Spiral is going to look around for something like an overpass or
Good plan.
some kind of aerial cover.
Yep, that makes sense. Tia.
I'm going to look around to see if there's any like foot or vehicle backup support that was supposed to come in and pick up survivors.
Okay. So like other
Because
vans.
that would be,
Yeah.
I think that would be a thing that they'd use in conflict a lot, where there's an initial, and then they'd have someone else to come in.
Yeah, like a shot. The attack is the shock, and then
Exactly. So yeah.
then mop up.
Okay, you're both looking for that sort of thing. Spiral, you see a nearby overpass of a rundown motorway, but it's not far
Sure,
away.
like an
Highway,
old.
I should say.
Yeah. America highway, right?
Yeah. It's maybe like 100 yards away. Wouldn't take long.
Sure.
To catch, so
Spiral is making for that as fast as their feet will take them.
cool. Tia, you do not see vehicles, but you see, as you're looking around, a a pair of two what look like heavily armed individuals not far away from you, who are pointing weapons. You kind of flick your head around as you do so, and you think you might see others around corners as well, but you're not sure. It's kind of a momentary like thing, you know.
Okay. I'll shout out a rough direction towards the people shooting or aiming weapons at us, and head to follow Spiral.
Cool. Sounds good. So I think Junior and Takashi, it takes you a moment longer to catch up with them. The others of the doves are kind of following suit because that seems very sensible given what's happened. So you both get up. I think Gabriel is helping you up, Takashi, and kind of almost hauling you up. So Junior, let's see, is Abel feeling nice? Abel is feeling nice. Abel hauls you up as well, and you're both kind of half helped, half carried in that direction. So you both keep up with the rest of the group.
Yep.
Easily enough. Anyone looking around will see that other people are fleeing in other directions, and you start to hear gunfire. I'm actually going to make a notice roll because there's a fair lot of stuff going on for these solos, much more than they were expecting to happen in this circumstance. So I'm going to see if they kind of trigger to your group immediately. We're going to go into initiative.
Sure.
So just so I've got it, it's us 4, Gabriel, Abel,
and let's say 2 doves.
2 doves. I just put doves and the solos.
Yeah, and the solos.
Okay.
And is there any entry for whatever is in the air?
Not in the initiative here, no.
Okay.
There might be story for that. We'll see.
Well, that was crap. Okay, I am on initiative 7, John.
Okay.
It's just ref and D10, I think, for the initiative.
Yep. Junior?
13.
Nice. Takashi?
You're on mute, Steve.
You're on mute.
I was distracted by poor maths. 17.
Ooh.
Gabriel?
I rolled. Let me do the others. Can I do Abel? Because I just rolled.
Yeah, go for it.
Abel is 13 and the doves are 14. Gabriel will be 12.
It's 12 and the solos.
Yep. 21.
Oh, okay. So they're going fast.
Yeah. So I'd like to point out there are 2 of them and they're facing you. So obviously they're confident at the very least in themselves. You're kind of... They open fire at you first, given the context of this initiative, so it's worth bearing in mind whether you are just going to fucking peg it or you're going to turn around and try and fight individually in this. So the solos are shooting. I'm not sure if they have much to go on between all of you, so I'm tempted to take a random dice just for numbers of people. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
I guess there's a question of proximity in that. I
think in order, Takashi and Junior would be
Takashi and Junior closest, then Tia, then Spiral.
Yeah, that's true. So let's say because of how the group's running, they're going to either hit Takeshi Junior, Gabriel, or Abel, because those 4 are at the back, because they helped you up. So let's just do a random roll for them. Okay, so that is
talking
Abel.
my way out of taking a bullet there.
No, it was a logical argument. I was just looking for my dice, and I put them under like a little mat, so I'd stop playing with them, so I couldn't find them when I actually needed them.
Matt, get off his dice.
I just looked at the initiative there and went, "Who's Solos?"
Solos. Mighty Solos.
Okay.
So first one is taking a shot at Abel. So that was a roll of 2, which totals 14. Because these guys are terrifying. But that isn't high enough because they need a 15 to hit. So because they've got a plus gun as well, and they even have a minus, but they've got a lot plus. And they're going to fire a 3-round burst. That hits. So that is... Oh, that's all the high numbers. So that's 15. Armor piercing. So that'll take...
Armor piercing.
So that's going to take Abel's armor down to 7 in total. So Abel is going to take 8 damage. And could you roll a location for me?
I will if. 7.
7. Where's that?
Right
Oh,
leg,
sorry, I should have rolled you. Right leg. Okay.
which is a sever.
Well, luckily for Abel, he has a cyber leg. Well, right. Wait, which leg was it? I need to check which leg it was. Yeah, one. He has a right cyber leg. That's hilarious.
Does armor piercing just completely go through any armor?
It halves armor value. So he had 15 armor, so it halves it down to 7 because it rounds down.
Okay, so doesn't he only take 1 damage?
No, the damage roll was 15 total.
Oh, sorry.
I rolled a lot of dice.
Yeah.
So we took 8 damage. Then, yeah, so where were we? We were hitting leg, and he has a cyber leg, which is lucky for him because they can take like 20 points of damage. His cyber leg took a big shot, though. I'll make a note of that.
There's sparks.
Yeah, there's sparks. You can hear him go,
happy.
fuck, when it hits his leg. But he kind of lets go of Junior, I think, as he's shot. Okay, the third shot. 5. Yeah, that's a hit. So all the dice. Oh my god, they're rolling so high.
Stop it.
Okay, 13. The last one was a 1.
Are they all firing at Abel?
This one is firing Abel 3-round burst. This is still the 3-round burst.
Sure.
At least if you all turn around and shoot, you'll get a lot of shots back. They're ridiculously tanky. And Abel has 7 armor against 13, so that is 6. And I rolled a 10 for location. Whereabouts is that?
Left leg.
Left.
Oh, no.
That's his meat leg, but that's not severed, right?
How much damage was it?
6.
Yeah, it's not severed.
Okay,
Just
real
takes him
bad.
into serious.
Real bad. Okay, so he's going to have to roll a stun for that, which is
Yeah, it's
he's
listed as
very
stun
large,
1.
which is helpful.
Is the number after like a modifier to the stun roll?
That's
or
a
something?
modifier, yeah. So it can go to
Right.
-9, I think, at worst, can't it?
Yeah, it's -1 at the moment.
Okay, cool. So he had to roll under that, and he did just with an 8. So Abel is still running. Now, second solo. Second solo is going to.
Isn't that a contradiction?
Oh yeah, that's true actually. Yeah. Second solo is going to.
Can't be one then. It's not that.
Yeah.
Is going to fire an RPG.
Oh, come on.
I told you, these guys are tough. You might screw it up though. RPGs are like, hard. They have like a minus on them.
Good.
And he rolled a 1.
Hey!
Is
Oh,
that
please.
legit? Like he blows himself up?
No. It's not legit. He blows himself up. I'm going to roll the fumble, but there's a fair chance of it. If he rolls a 7, 8, or 9, he hits his ally. And if he rolls a 10, he blows himself up.
Come on now.
5. I need to check what the fumble is for a 5 for weapons, unless anyone else is close.
For
Could be like a
reflex,
jam
drop your
or
weapon.
something.
Drop weapon. Okay. You guys are lucky. So I
Maybe
think
maybe the rocket kind of like fizzles and like in his panic he thinks it's going to blow himself up. And he just-
It's part of his rifle, so he's got like an underslung. Like,
Oh, right, yeah.
He just throws the thing away immediately, like instinctively when that happens, exactly as you say. So that was going to be much worse. I was expecting that single shot RPG to mess with you guys.
Kill
Okay,
everyone.
you're very lucky. Well, yeah, I was going to start quite harsh with this combat, to be honest, because the earlier one was easy. But okay, there's more solos. Takashi, are you just pegging it? That's an option, or are you going to turn around and do something else?
I mean, is there any cover nearby?
Yeah.
Is there anything?
You could turn and leap into cover rather than just running down this street if you want. There's like what you are now isn't so that the main road's like this. Like the explosion was behind you, and you've gone like a side alley down here, like a little way away from it. So you've just dashed down there towards that kind of overpass, and that's where solos are they're kind of standing at the entrance to the alley. Presumably they're going to follow you. And there's stuff in here. There's like dumpsters. You don't have bulletproof, it would be, but certainly stuff you could jump behind. Probably not grenade proof.
I just like pegging it down a street when there are 2 people with ranged weapons and explodey things. Suddenly, the idea of just running away seems like a great opportunity to get shot in the back. So I think, I'll be keeping an eye on what Gabriel's doing, but getting into cover and then.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to delay to see what Gabriel does, now the solos are beam. You could always
If I
delay.
can do that. Yeah,
You can choose not to take your turn and you can wait. There's nothing wrong with that. So you can basically, you're in the alley, freezing for a moment to react when Gabriel's done something, or someone else.
Can you? Does it permanently move where you are in the initiative order?
What it does is you choose who to go before when it changes. So, next you'll go to Dubs and you would choose to go there, but that'd be stupid. But next we'll go to Junior, and if you want to go before Junior, you can go there. That's how it works.
Right. Okay. And that's
But as
like,
in-
but where you end up, does that permanently move you in the order?
No, that's just this turn. I think your initiative is your initiative, so you have to do it. Choose to do it again. It's pretty good delaying, actually. So that's the Dubs then, right? So there are 2 of them. I'm trying to think. Well, let's let the dice decide how brave they're feeling. I'm going to roll cool because they do have a cool stat. Yeah. Okay, that one's feeling very unbrave. That one's feeling very brave. So the unbrave one is just going to keep running, whether that's sensible or not. So one of the Doves here, let's say it's Coyote. She's just continuing down this street fast as she can. And then the other one, which is going to be Bola, he whips around and is going to take a shot with his shotgun. So shotguns give a bit of a bonus because they have a spread to hit. And he rolls a 1. Well, I mean, swings and roundabouts, eh?
I guess.
Let's see. Please don't hit someone else with this.
He also
5.
shoots Abel.
5 again. So apparently he's also terrified his shot. No, I think what happens with him is like he goes to cock it and he's like the situation is so like pumped that he just flails the thing out of his own hand when he goes to cock the shotgun to shoot and drops the shotgun. Okay.
Why would he cock the shotgun to shoot?
Okay. Well, that's the point. He forgot. He forgot it was already a shell
Been watching
loaded.
too many
He didn't have
movies.
not me. Him.
Just
He's been
pumps
watching
it
too
and
many
is like,
movies.
"Oh, now I have no rounds in."
Exactly that. See, tense circumstances.
Can I just check something on rate of fire?
Yeah, sure.
So a medium auto pistol has a rate of fire of 2. Is
That
that
means you can fire 2 shots in this round, and you have
okay?
I
Right.
think it's 6 or 8 in total. So
That's
like
worth knowing.
the assault rifles have like 15 or 30 or something ridiculous, but if you want to fire more than the 3-round burst, you get a penalty.
Gotcha. Right.
But you can do cool stuff like suppress people with if you fire just all your bullets. The disadvantage is meant to be you use all your bullets, but fuck off, I'm not keeping track of that.
Yeah.
So that's the 2 Doves. Junior,
I
are
think
you... Go on.
I'll probably notice that Abel's been shot in now, both of his legs.
Yeah.
So I'll sort of get under one of his arms to sort of, even though he's probably quite a bit bigger than me, but
Oh yeah.
help carry him. And I've probably got my pistol in the other hand, and we'll, because I presume we're at the back, seeing as we fell over of the
Yeah,
group,
and you're probably right at the back now, given you've been shot as well. Yeah.
fire generally in the direction of the solos. I don't know if you want to sort of.
Yeah, no, I'll give you a
Yeah.
chance. I'll give you a minus on it. Go on, give me a
Yeah.
roll for pistol, and we'll say it's a -4, which effectively it gives you pluses and pluses for the difficulty, and then it says medium hard, so it's a bit funny on this. But...
So I rolled a 14.
Yeah,
But I
so
rolled a
gonna
4 and then with a 10 modifier, so 14.
I was going to make it difficulty 15 plus 4, so you need a 19. So
Yeah.
no hit, sadly. You kind of shoot both your 2 shots in the background over your shoulder, where you're trying to help Abel along, but you don't hear any sounds of hitting anything anyway.
Yeah, it's more just sort of firing.
Are you
Maybe
trying
it's-
to run with Abel? You're trying to like
Yeah,
leave him into cover.
I think we're running for sort of cover.
Okay, so you could get into cover this round. Is that your intention, or are you trying to get away?
I think. I'll probably run to get him into cover.
Yeah. Okay, so you effectively do like a few steps and a flying leap in behind like a nearby dumpster.
Yeah.
That's fine. Cool. So you're kind of you're partly obscured. They could probably still shoot through the dumpster, but you're at least obscured.
Yeah.
Okay, Gabriel, are you going to wait until after Gabriel Takeshi?
Isn't it Abel next?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, skipped Abel because
Gabriel.
he was part of that action. So I'm gonna give him a cool roll to see if he's because he's just been shot in both legs and he's being stumbled into the corner by you, to see if he can make a shot at all, given the circumstances. Yeah, 10. He's just smooth, cool as a cucumber. It's very un-cyberpunk saying that. Yeah, so while you're helping him into cover, he leans over with his cyber arm and shoots his heavy pistol directly at one of the solos. And rolls a 1.
Oh, I'm gonna
10
get
and 1
shot,
are too
aren't I?
likely on a D10. Imagine if he just shoots you now. Okay, and 9, that is shoot an ally, I think. Where's the fumble? Where's the fumble table? I'm 90% sure it's shoot an ally.
I was going to ask where the fumble table is for shots.
Yeah, who has the fumble? Someone's been looking at it regularly.
It was on page 43.
Thank you.
I thought those were just the regular ones.
I think the shooting ones are in there as well, aren't they?
I think
Reflex
so,
combat.
yeah, for reflex, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Could someone look it up for me because I don't want to move away from
9,
fighting.
yeah.
Nine is shooting a member of the party, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Shooting me.
you're right on top of Junior. He's right on top of Junior, and I think it's either going to be Junior or so cruel.
So cruel.
I'm going to make it either Junior or Gabriel or Takashi, given the location shooting back at the solos, but it's like 60% Junior. It's Junior.
You guys.
Okay, so damage.
Location.
Yeah, we'll do that as well. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Right, well, it's been fun playing, guys.
I'm so sorry. 7,
Jeez.
where's that?
So, that's a leg, I think, isn't it? Hang on. 7 is right leg.
Somehow he managed to shoot you. I guess it's while you're leaping, he takes a shot backwards while you're leaping in, and it gets in
Yeah.
the leg. You have your meat leg, right? Your right leg.
Yeah, and both my legs are
Okay.
meat legs.
What armor do you have on
You
your
say
leg?
both.
Yeah, somebody only bought a jacket for armor.
Jesus.
Did no one warn you?
Okay, so according to rules, your leg is gone now.
Did you
Wow.
not hear my cautionary tale about getting one shot in the head in the only Cyberpunk, like
I'm
at
so
the
sorry.
combat? The
Stealing
only other
his leg.
Cyberpunk game I played.
So what happens is Junior helps Abel leap into cover. Abel whips around over shoulder and takes a shot. However, over shoulder at the angle Abel is while diving headfirst into this is Junior's leg. The giant arm cannon that Abel the giant arm cannon that Abel has shoots clean through your knee. And I mean your leg isn't come off, but everything below your knee is a useless mess.
Pulp.
Neat.
Yes.
Well, at least we'll be good for 3-legged races.
Definitely gonna need a stun there, I think. That's you have no armor, right? That's 17 damage. Yeah, his
So-
cannon's really bad. It's 4d6.
So
and
how
the
do
roll-
stuns work again?
Yeah.
So how many boxes have you filled? That's your minus to your
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You
7.
should be on Mortal
19,
1,
I think. Well, hang on,
Mortal
no.
Yeah, if it's
I had
17.
2 before, so 19 in total. What was that? 4, 8, 12.
You might have some soak from the your body type.
From your
thing.
body.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, body 6. So
Okay, that will help then. So,
What's your BTM?
-2.
minus 2, yeah. So you take 2 damage off that.
So you take 15
Sorry, I
damage.
forgot about
Oh,
that.
that's all right then.
Yeah.
How many minus do you have for your thingy then?
So this is on
You
the
had 2
scroll
damage
thing.
already, right?
Yeah.
So
2
I think
damage
you're
already,
1
so
box
I'm
into Mortal 1, and therefore your stun has -4.
Minus 4.
Neat.
Does that make sense to you, Jack?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool,
Oh, yes.
okay.
Underneath. Wicked.
So roll body, and this is your body stat -4, and you're trying to get underneath that.
So I rolled
Underneath what?
Underneath
so I
your
rolled a
body
4
stat
on a
-4.
D10. So I had my
No.
Body.
So take your body and
Mm.
put -4 on that. So
So
what's your
2.
body? 2.
Yeah.
Right. You need to roll 2 or under.
oh wicked. I rolled a 4, so I'm great.
Yeah, so you're unconscious.
Why is it?
There... Go on.
Sorry, why is it -4?
Because stun -4.
Because I got up
stun
to
minus
Mortal
four.
1.
That's what mortal is.
You only took 15 damage, didn't you?
He already had 2
I had
damage.
2 already.
Oh, never
From
mind.
the shockwave. There is a Hollywood overacting effects table if you would like, just
Oh,
below the
heck
stun
yeah.
shock save modifiers, which is just a 1d6. I'll tell you what it is if you're not there.
Yeah. A 1.
1. Screams, windmills, arms, falls.
That's fair.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I think there's a kind of Wilhelm scream there.
I'm very sorry, Junior. You're removed from the initiative for the combat for now.
Yeah,
You haven't had
again,
that much
that
chance
makes
to fight. in
sense.
So
this one.
it was good to see you again, Jack.
I'm sorry. Oh
I
god.
can't
this is how
comment
it goes.
with what happens in Alien.
Yeah, at least he's not dead. I didn't kill the character straight away. I mean, it was an ally that did it though.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The worst thing is I was helping that ally.
I know.
Yeah, never help anybody. That's
Never-
the
never
take-home
help.
message.
Never help.
Yeah.
I feel like Abel willfully doesn't register what's happened.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, you're all good. So, aren't we glad we reminded me that Abel's turn had to happen? Gabriel.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Gabriel's about to shoot Takashi, so
Yeah.
Gabriel is going to, if you're not against it, Takashi, with one hand, basically like maneuver you so you're kind of right against the wall,
Sure. Yeah.
and then kind of be stepping to half block you anyway, where they're standing. And then the other hand is going to take a shot with their... What did they have? They had a rifle, didn't they? Yes. Although then again, if they do it one-handed, they do actually have to have a minus penalty. So makes sense, I guess. They're helping you move. So it's going to be -3 for one-handed. And then 8. I think that still does it. Yep, 8 will still do it. Cool. So they're going to damage. Okay. So. Okay. Much mental math. So that's 16. The second is a 10, as in the second of the 3-round burst. I'm deliberately doing all 3 of these because they have so much armor that a 3-round burst might be needed, if you see what I mean. Although it doesn't total armor piercing damage, it's going to reduce their armor, basically. 10, 11, so 16, 11. And that's another hit. Wow. Doing well. So that was
the
16.
bodyguard is just going to kill them all. And
16, 12, and 11 are the nearest solo. So I'll need hit locations. So that's a 7.
That's right leg.
Okay. 3
Is torso.
and a 3. So torso again. Okay. So let's find their armor. Sorry, there's a little bit of faffing around with this. So yeah, so their armor is higher than that on every location on their body. But yes, I know. But it gets reduced by that. So 16. And the body is okay. So their armor has been reduced by a fair bit there.
So their armor's reduced?
Yeah, I'm playing a rule where armor can't work forever. There's an optional rule in the game. So every shot you take on armor reduces it by 1.
By 1.
By 1?
Yes.
Okay.
So it stacks up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the solo
Theoretically.
takes 3 shots and kind of staggers a bit, and you hear like pinging metal sounds. And you hear Gabriel go, shit, as that happens. Tia.
Oh, it would be me, but I guess I'm not in a position to. If I've been.
Oh yeah,
'cause I
sorry.
won't
You
have
have
to.
been. Yeah. You can do something. You haven't been like shoved to uselessness.
Yeah, he's moved you to one side, not removed your turn.
Yeah. You
Sure.
still got
Can I see either of the solos?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say you can see one of the solos round
Okay.
Gabriel.
See, now I'm scared to roll because I don't want to fumble.
I know. Given how unlikely it is to damage them, it's a bit stupid in this, actually, isn't it, with the armor thing? It's just like, maybe I should just not bother. Try another alternative.
Where's Tia in all this? Is Tia still
Tia's
running?
next. Well, Tia kind of hasn't made up their mind yet, I suppose.
Tia was running after Spiral.
I'll try firing. I might as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this gun has a rate of fire of 2, so that's 2 rolls, I guess. This is reflex plus handgun plus. Okay.
So they're not really a hard target right now, and yeah, I mean, you've been pushed, but I don't think that's a particular minus because you're kind of resting against the wall, so it's just a 15 for target.
Okay, I think I rolled. Yes, I rolled 16 for 1. And 12 for the other. So one shot hits, I guess.
One shot. Okay, roll your damage. What is your damage?
The damage is 2d6 plus 1. 8.
Okay. Now roll a hit location. 4 is torso, is it?
It is, yes.
Okay. So there's a little pinging sound as your pistol definitely doesn't get over their heavy plated chest armor. But it's minus again. This is what Cyberpunk combat's
I'm not
really
sure
about.
this optional rule is worthwhile.
I mean, you will kill them eventually, I think.
Well,
yeah, but every time they hit us, they kill us.
Yeah, but there's quite a few of you.
So
I mean, they don't even have to be the ones hitting us. I can tell you
Yeah.
that.
They haven't even hit you yet.
yeah.
They haven't even hit you to knock you out anyway. Spiral.
It was me.
Oh, Tia,
Tia.
yeah.
Oh god, Tia, I'm sorry.
So I was running after Spiral,
Mhm.
but my next story is currently cowering behind his bodyguard.
Cowering? I'm not cowering.
Cowering bravely behind his bodyguard.
just duck
So-
out to shoot one of them.
Yeah, literally just shot at them.
Mainstream media, what can you do, eh?
You have to use very emotive language.
Fake
so
news.
cowering is much more
Yeah.
punchy than tactically taking cover. Either way, I need to go back for Takashi, so I think I'm going to I'll draw my pistol, unzip my jumpsuit and draw my pistol, but I'm mostly going to be trying to work my way, head to the side of the street, try and take side or make myself a difficult target and head back towards Takashi.
Cool. That's all good. Okay, so you're trying to stay out of sight and get towards Takashi as much as possible, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. No shots, though.
If I can do that and also shoot, I figure I might as well try.
You could move dodge between cover towards Takashi and shoot. Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, okay. So I have a chip with level 3 handgun in it,
Mhm.
which is good. So it's a 9 plus.
Yeah, it'll be another 15. I don't think there's anything stopping you.
I only roll 13.
Okay, you do
And
not
plus four.
hit while sliding between cover on this side. Spiral.
Spiral has just seen the only appreciably tooled up member of the group unload a 3-round burst into the solos, hit 3 times, twice in one location to zero appreciable effect. Spiral is going to run and not stop running.
Spiral might be the only sensible one here. If only it was an option for Junior.
No running anymore for Junior.
I'm sorry.
Not until he goes under the knife.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's give you a roll to see how well you run away. Athletics.
Sure.
Athletics plus.
Yeah, I'd love to make
reflex.
an athletics roll with my amazing. Is there a target for this, or is it just seeing how well I do, seeing how far I get?
I kind of want to see how far you get. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is the most important roll of this session for me. So I am going to add my luck to the roll, which is 6.
I love it.
So my total I'm starting from is 12, and I rolled 4, so I rolled 16.
Okay, 16. So, it's not like you've sprinted away at full pelt, expert runner, but equally you're making good pace.
I
You're
hope I'm
getting along.
out of the alleyway and near the overpass now.
You're at the far end of the alleyway. You're a fair distance beyond where the other
Okay.
people are. You're nearly
Cool.
at the overpass. Cool. Yeah, Spiral is a fair distance ahead of everyone else at this point, basically. Oh no, not that one dove. There was one dove who also ran, so they're near you too. I think it was
Sure.
Coyote who ran, yeah.
Coyote. Yep.
We're back round to the solos. Dun, dun, dun. So let's do the one who's trying to pick up his gun first.
I think
gonna
the
give him a
tune you're
reflex.
going for is dun 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 dun.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a roll to see if he can pick up his gun quickly first. That's an 8. Yes, going to pick up his gun quickly. So I'll let him take a shot at a minus. And this one was shot at by Gabriel, I think. So we'll shoot back at Gabriel. I ain't going to hit with a minus, though. So, I'm only going to do one shot because it'd be ridiculous to do a 3-round burst immediately getting up as well. So no hits from that solo. other one. I think this one was going to shoot at Abel, but is maybe viewing Abel as an ally at this point. So I'm going to roll to see who they decide to shoot at. That will be Gabriel as well, I think. And this is going to be a 3-round burst with a rifle. That's a 10, so that's a hit. That's a 9, so that's a hit. That's a 1, so that's a fumble. So we'll do that one at the end. You want to get freaking guaranteed hits or fumbles. You're totally right about this, Matt. It's ridiculous. 11. That's too many dice. Or one more dice. 13. Okay. That one bounces off Gabriel's armor. It was not very good. Wait, it depends where it lands, doesn't it? A 9 is leg, right? Gabriel's armor on the legs. Oh, wait, no, that gives her soak. So she has 1 damage on her leg. So that's fine. I'll make that down. Okay. And then the second shot. 9 left leg again. 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 damage on her left leg. So she's into the first range of damage points now. So she's going to make a. Is it just a -1 on the first, or is it 0 for the first damage bracket? 0. Okay, so can she even fail? Because technically her reflex is higher than. Sorry, it's a body, so it's 10. So I guess she rolls a 10, which she does not. So she's fine. She's been shot a bit in one of her legs. And then the fumble, the one we're all looking forward to. It's a 9, so that's shoot an ally. So this solo, this expert, trained, professional samurai mercenary from the fucking corpse is going to shoot his ally.
Is this the same one that fumbled the RPG?
So Abel, right?
Yeah, Abel. No, this is the other one.
No.
So they're both screwing up some things apparently. Oh my god, that's rolling so well. I just rolled 19.
On damage, I presume.
Yeah, and I was also going to say because it was back, I was going to give a bonus because logically there would be less armor given the context of the circumstances. So I was going to take the armor down. They've got armor piercing rounds too. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Let's see where it
Oh,
goes.
why am I? Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So it's going to hit torso on the back. And that's armor piercing, so half armor. And I was going to reduce 3 from the armor. So that is 19. So half rounded down. 7? No, 8. Yeah. No, 9. Yes. 9.
9.
Thank you. And then so that's 10 damage straight to the torso plus the body stuff. So it's going to be -4. So 6 damage for that solo straight to the back. That solo, I think, is like reeling for a moment when a third shot goes wild from that ally. You know what? I want to give him a call because that's a really creepy situation to be in, right? Okay. I won't reveal the result of that just yet.
Did you do a stun save as well?
Oh yeah, I'll do a stun save with them, which will probably pass. Yeah, they pass. Thank you. So that's the 2 solos' turns. Yes? Yes. Takashi.
Right.
Wasn't that just one of them?
No, the other one picked up and took one shot.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Gabriel, because his weapon was on the ground.
So was there any damage to anyone in our party?
Nope, just Gabriel.
Gabriel's in our party.
Gabriel's in our party.
Gabriel took some shots to one leg.
Okay.
Multiple shots to one leg. Takashi, what are you doing?
Right. So, really, what I'd like to do is...
It's worth noting that you just saw one solo shoot the other one in the back, and the one in the front that was shot in the back basically wheeled around.
I can shoot them in the back as well. I mean, ideally, I'd like to... I was hoping it wouldn't come to combat, and I was hoping that I could sort of talk to Tia and upload a story or something and put pressure on Militech that way. But I suspect, given that I can't do any of that in a combat round, I will try and shoot the one in the back that's turned around.
Sure. So we get a plus for armor in that circumstance. So yeah, so that's the one in the front. You go ahead.
Okay, so that is I've got a total of 17 on the first roll and 15 on the second.
Okay, so both hit.
Okay, and damage is 2d6 plus 1. So
and then reduced armor because of the way you're shooting.
That's 10 on the first one and 9 on the second.
Okay, so your first one will get through just by 1 point because it's on their back, and do 1 point of damage because it always does 1 point. The body soaks in, can never remove it entirely.
Right.
So that puts them, I think, into the -1 bracket because they're now. Wait, you have to fill a bracket to get the minuses, though, don't you? On your, I don't actually know that.
Whenever you ask for them, I've just been given the ones that if they're in the boxes.
Yeah, I suspect if you're
based on the current wound state, it says here.
I mean, I'd definitely say that's
Fill
that it's full up rather than
okay.
That it's one or more rather than full up. But
yeah, I think I'd agree with that.
Okay, so that puts them in -1 then. So that would be 8, and they pass. So they're now at 6 damage on that one. Cool. Takashi, you do manage to get something between the armor. You shoot like twice. Maybe the first one like hits a spot, and the second one like hits the same spot because you're very accurate with your nicely chipped shooting skills, and kind of penetrates the armor through successive hits. And that's going to be the armor's dropped quite a lot now. It's -6 on that. Okay. And that is the doves. So one's just running, is basically keeping track with Spiral, probably sensibly. And the other one is going to take a shot with their pistol and miss. No hope of that. Not a fumble, just a 2. So Junior, oh yeah, writhing in pain. Semi-conscious.
Yeah, I think on my turn I might die.
You need to do a roll for that.
Yeah.
Let's scroll to that part, shall we? I think it's the same as a stun save, though, isn't it?
Oh, well, I'm dead then.
Like a stun save, a death save requires that you roll a value on a d10 equal to or lower than your character's body type score, subtracting the level of severity for the wound. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God, you're just dead, aren't you? I'm so
sorry. I should have got you to roll it, John.
Me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm dead. I got a 5.
Oh, no. So let's have Junior quietly bleeding out.
Technically, you die at the end of the turn, so that someone could theoretically stabilize you.
Maybe Abel will have some. You know what? I'm going to give Abel a shot at that because, like, he's realized now you're in horrible pain.
I mean, it's the least he owes me, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the least he owes you. So Abel's next, so he's going to have a go at stabilizing you, which is pretty hard to do, I think, isn't it? Because I need successive stabilization. Space for tech. Oh God.
Tech plus any medical skill in D10.
And go on.
The result you need equal to or higher than the total number of damage that has been taken.
What?
Wow.
So your total damage
was it 17 or something?
17,
like that?
wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna have to explode. I think.
Can he use the scarf? Will that give him a bonus?
I'll give a
use
plus
his luck.
I don't know if it doesn't say anything about like other characters using luck.
I mean, can he use my luck?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll use your luck. How much luck
It's
do you
lucky.
have?
I've got 5.
You've got 5. So +5, +2 for the scarf because this is fun. So I've got +7. And what was his tech? I do have a stat for him.
I just want to point out, +3 is a trauma team ambulance. Are you saying this scarf is almost equivalent
it's a
to a
really
trauma
nice wool? The scarf is really nice wool.
I mean, anyway, like wool, but
all you need to do to save his life in this circumstance is tie the scarf around his leg. So the quality of the scarf is surprisingly important. Okay, this is the roll. The roll for Abel. So it's +7, isn't it? And then his base is 4. So what was your damage?
17.
He rolled 17. With all your luck, it was enough. Abel realizes you're dying.
Scarf.
In the last moment, dashes over, rips the scarf off your neck while you're like fading to black, ties it taut around your leg as best he can, lifts the leg in the air to stop your bleeding. Yeah, the remains of the leg, to stop it bleeding, and holds you there, keeping an eye on you, keeping you talking, keeping you vaguely conscious. You're gonna live for now. Stabilization actually prevents the danger, right?
Let me check.
Yeah, you're going to survive the fight. If you the fail, yeah.
So technically, now I'm in the least amount of danger.
Unless something attacks you again, you are.
Oh, okay, then yeah, no.
Okay. Surprisingly, that saved you.
Until one of the solos just comes stomping past after everyone else is dead and just goes, "Oh."
Abel, who probably
Scarf
can't walk
won't
in
save you then.
Wow. Okay, well, you lived. Congratulations. That was your real objective of this story, wasn't it? So, Gabriel. I think Gabriel's a bit like basically ducking down to one knee, kind of in cover now, to try and like shelter as best she can from the scary solos. But she doesn't really see a choice of anything else. But what she does notice, while their back is still turned, she's going to use her own RPG single shot, which she has on her rifle.
Hooray!
She has one too. Don't fumble, don't fumble, don't fumble.
Oh, please don't fumble. No.
7. That's not a fumble. That's a good roll. So, how much damage in RPG? So could someone find like grenade for me, please, for damage? I will roll. It's going to be in the weapons section, isn't it?
God.
I know there's tons of stuff.
My PDF has just crashed.
Oh, okay, I'll start scrolling too. Sorry, folks, for the fun of rules lookups. Cyberpunk is very ruly.
Grenade launchers, heavy, blah blah blah.
Got
Well, it's
damage.
giving me. It's giving me a whole lot of numbers which I can't pass.
Oh, God.
Grenade varies by type, so you need
Cheers.
to get
What
slightly
page is
more
it?
specific. I'm looking at the summary on 61.
61. Okay.
There's some blocks on 63. Yeah.
63. Okay. I'm going to 63.
Aha, is it fragmentation?
Yes, it will be.
76.
Okay. That's pretty good.
76. That's
I mean, it has the potential to damage both of them, although they won't necessarily both be in the full blast radius. And it's a lot more d6 than I have to hand. Okay. One more. Okay, that was not as much as I thought it was going to be.
Oh no.
But that's still pretty good. And then the second one will take. No, actually, they're basically right next to each other from the circumstance, so they're both in the middle of that blast radius, to be fair. So that's 19 damage. Isn't as much as I was expecting from 76, given we've been rolling near that for a lot of things. But that's definitely going to do the job. Does it say about where they hit? I guess they just hit torso, really. I'm not going to faff with this too much.
I don't see it say anything here.
Let's just have it hit torso, because I'm not faffing with that. Okay, so that is 19, and they're on... That one's on 15. That one's on... Okay. So that's going to be... Okay, that actually gets over his body threshold, so that's 4 damage for the guy who's already taken a fair bit, and 1 damage for the other guy. So that puts him at mortal. That puts him in the next band of mortal by 1, which is nice. So he's got a -2 for his stun now. Sorry, next band of, you know what I mean. Like hurt or something.
Is in critical.
Yeah, critical. Yeah, you're doing pretty well, that guy. Well, Gabriel is.
Yes, the NPC is doing pretty well.
Look, it's not... Oh, wow, okay. You rolled a 9, which actually means he's downed. That's it. He's been knocked unconscious by the fragmentation grenade. So, And that was the guy who turned around to be shot at by the other guy. The other guy's only taken 1, but technically has to roll. Wait a minute. He rolled a 10. Yeah. He also goes down.
Okay.
His body, even though he's not got any minuses, 10 is he has to roll anything under 10. But rolling a 10 means he's knocked unconscious by that, because that's just his body stat is 9. Yeah.
Excellent.
So that's the rule, isn't it? Okay. So yeah, Gabriel's grenade absolutely amazingly knocks both of them unconscious. I guess that's kind of what grenades do, to be fair.
Yeah.
That worked all right for you guys.
Grenades, historically known for knocking people unconscious.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a lot of armor on, I guess they don't do damage, but they still,
They're absolutely damaged. Armor does not help against grenade. It's
pressure
like a
wave,
shock.
yeah.
It's a pressure wave.
Yeah, you're right.
Armor doesn't help. You just turn into jelly in a can.
It's kind of one of the only things that bothers me about this game. Armor like works against everything, and it's just like you kind of should just have the weapons that don't. I mean, you have knives and weapons and armor-piercing rounds, but that's it. Nothing else that says anything about like armor not affecting. Anyway. Given the 2 enemies are downed, we can go out of initiative now.
Can we run?
Yeah.
Well, that's a question. Yeah.
You hear? Oh no! You hear gunfire for a round. There seems to be a lot of action still going on. The perceptive of you will also hear like a vehicle, like an aerial vehicle flying around as well. So that's probably not a good sign. So running would seem to be a good idea.
Mm.
I'm guessing
Spiral has not stopped.
Spiral.
Spiral.
I mean, safe to say, Spiral's at the underpass by now. But
Okay.
We'll come to you in a second to see what you decide to do, shall we? Because I want to find out what the people who can't necessarily run are going to do. Takashi and Gabriel. Gabriel's like wounded, can run, hurt. Are you going to just help Gabriel and run, or are you going to stick back here for a moment?
I'll go with Gabriel. I mean, if I can see Junior, then I'll, does Abel look like...
Abel's legs are fucked.
Oh, fuck, of course. Shit.
They've both been shot in the legs. I mean, it's up to you how moral you're feeling at this moment, and you might just dash off in the moment, not really thinking about it.
No, I want to... This looks pretty bad, but I want to help them because it looks pretty bad.
Fair.
And the things we talked about previously might kick in. So yeah.
Okay, so if you dash down to help them, Gabriel's going to instead keep like a gun facing down the street because she's not really in a position to help anyone up anyway. I'm going to keep watch. Tia, are you doing similar?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, Junior.
Nope. I was going to. I came back for Takashi. So if Takashi is sticking around,
I hope you're filming this.
When the corp is the most moral of all of you. Cool. Okay, so you're going to help. I mean, who's helping who? Because, like, who's lifting up Junior?
don't know if I can.
would, I think.
I mean, would it be realistic to say maybe 1 or 2 of the doves might be
There's
also
one
helping?
dove with you as well, Bowler, who's definitely helping. That's fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe between Bowler and, I mean, I think, okay, Bowler gives you a funny look, Takashi, and then sees you're trying to help Junior up, and then just helps you lift Junior. Tia, are you going to help Abel up?
I can try.
Abel still has use of legs to some extent. So
Okay, then yes.
okay, Abel hovers hobbles along with you, looking very probably ashamed, I think, given the circumstances. Spiral, you've reached the underpass. Coyote's there with you, panting frantically as well. Are you just fucking
with me is a strong term.
Yeah. She's a bit behind you. And
no, I don't mean like I am not with Coyote, so whether Coyote is with me is kind of irrelevant. How aware am I of how things have gone back there? Do you want me to make a roll?
Yeah, you dashed for it, didn't you? So you're probably.
All I registered is that the fully armed solo who arrived with the corp, fired and hit them and did nothing.
Yeah.
So I after that point, I've just run.
Yeah, gotcha. So
Because
you
I
probably
ran with a Nomad pack. I have a handgun, and I know about the economies of scale between fully tooled up corp solo attacks and what people who are running with handguns does.
Poor Junior did not understand that scale.
So do you want me to make a roll to kind of
It's
grok
probably
like what's happened back
noticing
there or
element,
anything? What's the target number?
It's gonna be a 20 because you sprinted off without really paying attention and thinking about
That's
just
fair.
yourself.
Yeah. So is this awareness?
Yeah.
Yeah, my awareness is 4 and my intelligence is 8, so I need an 8 or more. I got an 8.
There you go then. Yeah, so I think you've heard the gunshots like stop behind you.
Right. I mean that could go out of the way.
But you also like see just as you kind of reach the underpass, you're a little bit away from the end of the alleyway, and you turn around and you can kind of just like see. Trying to think who would probably be first of the group of them. Maybe like Bowler, just like come on, like a little bit away from the rest of the group.
So I think they seem to be.
Won.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Can I make a roll to spot any kind of nearby largish capacity vehicle, like a large sedan or a large van or truck or whatever, not a parked one, one driving at some kind of easily hijackable speed underneath this underneath his overpass.
Yeah, and I think there's like you're far enough away from the town here. There's from the like chaos going on here. There's cars driving. You don't need to make a roll for that. There are cars going by. Then
I am going to step out into the road, aim my handgun at a car, and if they do not slow down, I'll fire. I'm not firing at the person driving it, but I'm fire through the windshield to just make them stop.
I'm going to roll their call to see how they react to this.
Yeah, are you making the skins will be like red stop signs all over?
yeah, absolutely.
They upon seeing you and your red stop signs immediately slam on the brakes and just like take their hands off the steering wheel.
Okay, I'm going to step forward and using my audio vox to make my voice like proper grindcore death metal growl, which is coming from quite a diminutive figure. Scream "Get out of the car!" Words which appear as juddering black capitals, like scrolling up my skin. And I'm going to fire the handgun again, at the passenger side, not assuming there's no passenger. I'm trying not to hit people.
Yeah, you're all good. Yeah, they're like crawling out of the car and dashing away before any of this is even registered to them. They're just like mad panic fear. They didn't roll high on their call.
How many people will? Is it like maybe? Could I have it maybe be a pickup truck where people can pile into the back?
Okay. Well, let me see. I'm gonna roll to see how lucky you are because you just kind of jumped at the car and sprinted that many around you. Yeah, you're super lucky. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's
like a pickup truck sort of thing. Yeah. In that case, I am going to turn to, is it Coyote who arrived with me?
Yeah, Coyote's with you now. She's just backing you up while you get in the
car. Okay, I am going to turn to Coyote, kind of indicate the driver side, and just still with that kind of grindcore vocal effect on my voice, just kind of say, "You don't want to get zeroed. Take the fucking wheel."
Yeah, she does. There's no hesitation for her either.
Okay, I'm going to jump into the passenger side and just with my handgun on the dash, I'm just going to turn over because I'm assuming they're still coming away behind us.
Yeah.
And just start screaming back up until we're flush with the people behind.
Gotcha. Perfect. While this is going on, she's looking through the mirrors and just going fuck, bashing into stuff as she backs up. But it doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, that happens. Everyone else comes around the corner at the end of this alleyway, hobbling and carrying each other and bleeding. And
who's
pick up.
Who's ahead? Who's at the head of the pack?
I said Bowler was kind of there, so that would be the people helping Junior because it was Bowler and.
Is that Takashi as well?
Okay. And then it would be Gabriel taking up the rear, so it would be Tia and Abel kind of in the middle.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to lean out and let's say that Takashi is the first the nearest person, shall we? Because that's a player character. So, and I'll just lean out on the passenger side and just scream, "Get in the back, corpse, go me!" And like, I'm kind of half pointing my handgun at Takashi. As far as I'm concerned, this is probably entirely his fucking fault.
Probably half the characters here like that. Yeah, I'm assuming the rest of the characters are just doing that and not really questioning it. I feel like Jack doesn't have too much agency in this. Sorry, Junior.
Yeah.
Junior, you're like half conscious. You can like hear what's going on.
Oh, I can't feel my toes.
Yeah, and you can like engage in conversation a bit, but that's about it. Yeah, everyone else is jumping in.
I think, yeah. Although I will yell back, "Oh, Spiral, love your work. Harmonic complexity, it's beautiful, genius."
So if everyone's getting in the back, I, frustrated and probably just about starting to come down off the small amount of synth I took before the gig, I'm just going to fire the gun once in the out of frustration and scream at the top of my lungs with my audio box, which is probably very painful to anyone nearby me, and then just swear loudly and just kind of basically like hunch up in the passenger seat with my feet like bunched up against the dash, and just kind of like fold my arms over my head with the handgun still in them. And basically I'm not catatonic, but I'm borderline just retreated to anything but very, very direct attention.
Coyote, who's in the driver's seat as you do that, was already going fuck, and they're going fuck, holding the steering wheel, just driving as far as I can guess away from the Seven Roads. Still occasionally hitting things, not really staying on the road or the pavement that much, but you're getting away from there.
Well, as soon as there is time to talk, I would be like, Tia, you need to get live. You need to broadcast this. You need to say what Militech have been doing. And I'll pass you a data tip with a whole lot of information on it, which will relate to these PR exercises, these planned attacks that you've been led on for all of this time. These soft targets, these little Robin Hood escapades. They've all been planned.
I think Bola's in the back at this point as well, going, "What the fuck? Planned? What the hell are you corpos playing at?"
So, like, to Bolo, where did you guys get your info from?
I don't know. All over. Fallout's given us some other from anonymous tips. We've heard it from other scrappers, people on the docks.
So, Takashi, did you have like one media person spreading the information, or like were you targeting the Doves specifically?
Oh no, it's widespread. It's a way of avoiding. You know, you plan your conflicts. You have little soft targets. You make it appear as if people are fighting the fight, taking scores. It just avoids all-out war. You win your little battles, you get some goods, but they don't want to do that anymore. So I'm here, you're here. They were going to wipe out all of you, wherever you go. So the only way of getting us out now is to spread the word and make it more expensive, make it harder for them to get away with it.
All this time, okay. A fucking game, really?
And like, what's your angle?
I'm dead either way. Well, there's a slim chance, but they don't let people like me with what I know. I'm terminated too, so.
Huh. I will bang on like the back of the cab, the driver's cab, and say, Coyote, I Can we stop off at a terminal?
I think that's going to be my cut for the end of the game.
Nice.
Whether you make it out or not, well, you certainly make it to a certain point, because next day the news and media all over the place is blown up with the big scoop from Tia, with plenty of inside corporate info and evidence released from various very reputable sources, showing this social enterprise program that Militech has been running, but not even only Militech. Looks like there's been collaborations with other companies. Perhaps even other companies have run programs similarly, deliberately playing people, trying to make it so that they feel like they can get what they want. They can fight the good fight. There's a bit of an outcry all over the place, as you can imagine. Tia makes quite the stir. But do you get away alive? Who knows? Are you hunted? All we know is you get to that terminal, you get that news story out alive, out okay. What came of Takashi? Who knows? I suppose you got your vengeance, though. You made them pay. Junior, did you get a cyber leg in the end and live? We can
I feel
hope.
like Abel's definitely paying for it if I get one.
We're throwing around these kind of irrelevant things here. How does this affect record sales?
That's the really important question. That is the really important question. Well, let's just say, Spiral will definitely make a badass song about this. Whether Spiral lives to play that song, we don't know. But that kind of
posthumous.
doesn't matter so much.
It's not up to you whether it's badass.
I'm
Your
sorry.
interpretation of it could be that it's badass. I just like
Being the
don't
GM,
tell Spiral how to.
Surely I
make
have
a song.
some sort of universal badass credit here, being the GM.
I know you, Sam. You don't.
It doesn't even override it.
Cool.
Thanks, folks.
That's
That was fun.
that's the one shot, folks. Do you want me
Excellent.
to do the outro stuff, Sam?
Because
Because
yeah,
I
go on.
see. I
You've
have
got the
the
followers you
list
had
of
as well,
stuff
didn't you?
anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah. You'd have access to that. So, yeah, as usual. If anyone has anything they want us to talk about, pop any comments or questions in the chat, and we'll address them after I do this wee kind of promo bit. There's a bunch of links down below, YouTube and Twitch. You're watching this on one of those. Please check out our social media, our Patreon, our Discord. They all do the things you'd expect. We run 3 weekly games. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Mondays is Shadows of Estrin, Wednesdays is Simbroom, and Thursdays is Cincinnati Chronicles, which is a World of Darkness anthology series. Those all start at 8 o'clock GMT, which is, I believe, at the moment 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, come check those out. We run a one-shot on the first weekend of every month, which is this. So obviously the first one of this year was Cyberpunk 2020. We hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch a bunch of other ones from various different systems, check out our YouTube. The next one in February, we don't know what it is yet, but we'll be announcing that soon. If you want to get involved on making some decisions on that and maybe having your voice heard on what that might be, join our Discord and join our Patreon. Both of those things will give you some leverage on it one way or another, probably. In terms of recent follows and stuff, so we forgot on Thursday to do our follows thing, so some of these are Thursdays as well, but nonetheless, we've had resubscribes over the last few days from Nightbites and 42. I know who you people are. Thank you very much for that. We really appreciate it. We've also had follows from Draconism, Weeb313. I'm going to assume that this one is pronounced Murasame or Murasame. One which I'm going to pronounce Shy, Anafir, Mr. Burrito 457. I know how to pronounce that one, and Infinite Monkey Tails, which is the best name. The best name by far. So thank you very much to all those people. John, do you want to start flinging? I know you've starred some stuff to fling up over the course of the game anyway. Do you want to pop that stuff up? One from starting with yourself. How gauche.
I got in first.
Yeah, it's true. I weirdly want Spiral's Got a Gun on a t-shirt now. Sure.
Spiral's such a great character.
I think that's the title of Spiral's first EP.
loved enjoying you embrace the full-on spiral cyberpunk there. Yeah.
One from Steve. One of the Corpo drivers was only 3 days from retirement. The one who fell out on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Who we got a picture of on fire. It's not a very good picture though. It's kind of even worse.
Yeah,
definitely.
I have to say, some of those photos were really, really bad at the time, but with the news story, actually worked out quite well, I think.
Sure. In how they're showing the opposite of what the news story said.
No, I mean they're just showing a heist.
Didn't you? Wasn't one of the shots like that? It looked like the corpos were being ambushed by by like vicious street gangs,
vicious, evil,
which is true.
That's exactly what happened. That's the point.
Yeah, but then the vicious street gang only did it because the corpos.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Exactly. So. I'll spin it as
Militech sacrificing their own.
Yeah.
Exactly. One of them was only 3 days away from retirement.
Sure. Yeah.
That's actually kind of a big part of the story. You see, Militech is willing to throw people away.
Poor Bob Militech there.
It's going to be hard to recruit like armored soldiers to protect like vehicles now. You see.
Yeah. What else we got, John? Love the media blackout page. Thank you, Malice. Yeah, as ever, wonderful stream assets by our design guru, Steve.
Excellent work indeed. I was so happy with that.
Fun to do.
It makes me like when I first saw them, I'm like, oh god, now I've got something to really live up to here because it's such high quality.
Yeah, I'm really it's absolutely tooting my own horn, my own small contribution to it. But I was so happy I thought of the chipping in thing.
Yeah,
beginning.
Absolutely.
It's my little rocker boy Johnny Silverhand reference. Sauerkraut Kid, the damage is brutal in Cyberpunk 2020. Yeah, it is. I think like what I mentioned earlier about economies of scale is the real thing in Cyberpunk, in that a fully tooled up solo is literally just almost like if you're just a group of idiots with handguns, like they'll just kill you all.
Yeah.
And not die.
I planned 2 solos, and I thought you had. I was like, they're gonna have a big group. They're gonna have some heavily armed people with the group. I'm like, surely 2 decent heavily armed solos would be good. I'm like, well, you did beat them, kind of through fluke of the grenade. Though.
The NPC beat them.
Yeah, the NPC. That was the reason I added that.
Good job I paid for the
their
NPC.
friend beat them.
Yeah, their ally did.
I mean, is that
more damage
from people that played this system more? Is that typical that so much friendly fire happens?
Oh, no.
No, we got
that was just constant rolling of 1s and then 10s.
Yeah, it is fairly likely though because it's a 1 and then 7, 8, or 9. I think
the weird thing is
not that unlikely.
Like, well, yeah, like it is. It's like a 1 in 10 and then a 1 in 5.
Yeah, when you're doing that many rolls
together, John.
Sorry, it's a 1 in 10 and 1 in 3.
1 in 3. I'd say a 3.
Isn't it a 9 or a 10?
No.
7, 8, or 9.
I believe
Oh, okay.
But the 10 is hitting yourself, so.
I want to say a 3%, but I feel like I might be missing something with that.
I would.
That makes logical sense.
I think in an active firefight, a 3% chance of hitting someone on your own side is actually low.
Yeah.
To real life.
Yeah, given that
I think people shoot members of their own
dark alley street
in a firefight a lot.
Yeah, so maybe it's fair. Shoot off their legs all the time, you know. It's quite common.
Yeah. No, I don't think that it's usually that common.
Especially if you
just roll badly.
You think most of the people in this firefight were untrained, running for their lives.
Yeah.
You know, it's
one of like I guess it's kind of it is a feature, not a bug. It's intended to be that way. I think if you're tooled up, you know, cyberware enhanced solo, you are meant to be a death machine and a tank, but like it does make it difficult to balance these things for a player group.
I wanted
before
to see
you know what the player group looks like.
Exactly, and I really wanted to see some of the cool cyberware. So I was like, I'm going to give them some really interesting stuff, which they didn't use most of anyway. But I'm like, I almost can't use that against you because if I use that against you, you have no hope. And I'm just like, oh,
yes,
okay. Then I realized that in hindsight, I was just like, I'll just have to send little like goons after you and nothing more.
Yeah. You could fight like if you're this level, you can fight like a booster gang or like
easy.
You know, secure just base like corporate security or whatever.
But it's exactly what you said. I had the big solo fight planned in from before character creation. Should have just changed it completely, but it worked out all right in the end. It's just interesting how that works. Yeah, it's a good job you had your solo there, Steve, and your solo rolled to be honest and good and not part of the corporation.
But the flip side of that is in a previous thing of Cyberpunk I've run, a player character was a fully tooled up solo that you could get from the beginning and had like like proper fancy armor and stuff. And I attacked the building they were in with like a copter, like a weapons copter sort of thing. And the intent was for them to run. It wasn't like an actual fight. I thought they could win. And the players stayed in the building and just went, I'm just going to shoot the copter. Shot the copter, downed it in one. I rolled that the copter crashed into the building. So he was hit by the chopper crashing on him and the building collapsing, not a scratch.
It's pretty
He managed to... I think the rules are actually slightly different for armor in this version, but
This is the same version.
Oh, okay. In that case, he
I
managed
might be playing with an
to
optional rule.
play with like 3 layers of armor.
Yeah.
So it's subdermal armor and clothing armor and like a Metal Gear mech suit armor.
Yeah, I was using an optional rule where if you layer armor, it just gives a small bonus on top of rather than total value, because I remember that.
But like I remember kind of saying that at the time, and he was like, "That you didn't tell me about that."
Yeah.
And, so I was like, "Okay,
min-max those numbers.
Guess I'm duty on a bound then to."
Just
and
all the enemies are now armed with armor-piercing laser weaponry. That's how this is going to work.
It's just for prepping combat in Cyberpunk, your balancing has got to be like pretty
especially if we had a solo in our group, then it would have just been like, I'll just have a fight between them and the other solos, and you can all just hang around, do nothing for a while.
See, this kind of issue as well in terms of like the balancing and stuff like that is why a lot of the time, especially on stream, I tend to like separate out the combat for NPCs and PCs. So I don't like simulate the NPC combat by rolling for it or anything. I just like decide what the PCs can fight, and then like, you know what I mean. So
yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I did that with the earlier fight more or less, but there was like in that one there was few enough of us. I thought it would be okay, but then it did end up that the NPCs killed the other NPCs, which is kind of dull. Although,
but Cyberpunk is just it is difficult to balance combat if you want to put the fancy stuff in it.
It sounds like if you've got a solo, they're playing by themselves in combat, and if you've got a netrunner, they're playing by themselves.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
And then
everyone plays their own game.
Doing
everyone else
bits.
Yeah, that is true.
It is a bit like that. Yeah. What else we got, John? You got any other comments, questions? 42. From what I remember of William Gibson novels, I don't think they feel as dated as this RPG's world. No, absolutely not.
And I very much agree. I read them last year, year before.
William Gibson isn't like his version of Cyberpunk, at least in the Neuromancer and Camp Zero and stuff, actually doesn't feel that much like popular Cyberpunk stuff does.
Yeah.
It's a lot more. It's weird. It's a lot more sci-fi, actually. I think like the technology feels usually more advanced than it does in Cyberpunk stuff.
I find it interesting how much Cyberpunk has changed as well over time.
Because
the concept of Cyberpunk has, even from this book and what we consider modern day Cyberpunk, nowadays it's really like just grimy and dark. And this book is in a sense, but I wouldn't describe Cyberpunk as this is actually dark, like modern stuff as well. I think that's kind of almost fundamental to modern considerations of it. So.
I think there's also a certain amount that just the punk side of Cyberpunk has been slightly toned down.
Yeah, I agree.
Of I guess you against the world.
And I think I remember when Cyberpunk 2077 had a lot of trailers being released for it, like the actual gameplay trailers, and William Gibson commented on them and said that it just looked like an 80s themed GTA.
Yeah,
in terms of an 80s side, or he said something like, "Oh, it's just a synthwave GTA," and it's that is what it is, and it's
Cyberpunk is completely different from any of those sorts of things. A lot of it is the punk, and the punk is what's missing. I think I agree with John.
And I think 42, I would say as well, if you think the elements that came across of this of dated Cyberpunk, wait until you read the book and look at the art.
Oh,
Because
God.
and like, fax machines in your arms and stuff. I think at the time, look, I don't want to do down this system. I think it's actually a nice system for the most part. I think the combat needs work and the economies of scale need work, which is presumably what they've done in the new editions. The base system I like, and the actual feel of the world and stuff is really fun.
Yeah.
And also what Mike Pondsmith did with like bringing like gaming away from like D&D tropes.
Yeah.
In terms of stuff, like one of the reasons he worked on one of the things he did with Cyberpunk, Mike Pondsmith is African American, and one of the reasons he worked on Cyberpunk as opposed to fantasy is because he wanted to move away from race tropes within D&D, which is incredibly foresighted, considering this came out in '88, and it's only really part of the common conversation around role playing now. So I think Cyberpunk's super important and really good, but there's elements of the crunch are and of the setting, in that it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you have an amazing piece of advanced technology that allows you to make a phone call from anywhere.
I know.
Yep.
I also say one of the other things that I really like about the Sprawl series, the William Gibson Cyberpunk series, which I say that, but he's still writing and they're still kind of cyberpunky, but in very different settings. About the original trilogy is that focuses a lot more on things that have stayed the same. It's like I was saying, London is still very recognizably, London that it is today, and also London that it was in the 80s, because it's just like, why would it change? It's stone and
they wouldn't just
brick
rebuild
and
the
old
city.
junk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that, and I really like that.
Yeah. I mean, William Gibson would... I can't remember when this was asked. I think it was asked about 10 years ago. And a journalist asked William Gibson, like, when would you say that we're living... Like, how long would you say... Like, I think they said something like, what year will we be living in a cyberpunk dystopia? And William Gibson went, 1997. Because a lot of his stuff, especially now, is like, this could take place at any time in the next 5 years or the last 5 years, because it's just all
Yeah.
What else we got?
Yeah, anything else?
Jack,
I love that.
call me Kane, because when this is over, I'm going to murder a
long-term goal for Junior there. Oh, poor Junior. Oh,
And
That's what you get for trying to help people.
yep.
related comment.
See some action, they said. It'll be good for you. Join the Dubs, they said. It'll your legs will feel better for it, they said.
Oh god.
Did we do this one? We did that one.
Yeah, we did that one. That was our
We didn't do that one.
conversation.
Nobody handles Spiral. It's true.
Yeah, that's everything I've got.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really enjoyed that. That's great.
That was fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Steve, for bearing with all of my stuff I had. And,
Yeah,
pile up on.
Steve,
So
You did a
many
great job.
fans I made.
Thank you, Sam, for your first GMing for the channel.
It was fun.
Sam has GM'd offline many times before, but this is his first time live. So let's have a round of polite golf claps.
Oh, thank you.
Very
It was
good.
fun. I enjoyed that. I definitely over-prepared, but I was expecting to over-prepare, to be honest, by how much I'd done. I didn't use about a third of what I got, and I prepared more what I needed to for the other bits. But I should just accept that my best thing is improv, and I only need to prepare mostly mechanical stuff, other than a bit of story stuff. But for a one-shot, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Well done, Sam, and everyone. Thank you, Malice.
Thank you very much.
So, catch us this week on Monday. Shadow of the Restaurant starts up again. Wednesday and Thursday is our usual Simbrium and Cincinnati Chronicles. And if you want to get an advance notice of what our next one-shot might be, join our Discord, follow us on our social media, and we'll be talking about that soon. But farewell, everyone. Take care. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.